What's happening, everybody? I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about something that I think that is very, very important as we prepare to close this year and move into the year 2023. Oftentimes, individuals have a problem letting go of people, letting go of the past, letting go of things that have caused their life or lives to deter or detour from going forward and doing the things that they should be doing in this life. And what I have found out from research and studying and from talking to people is this: when we hold on to stuff that hurt us, it doesn't hurt the person who hurts us, it hurts you, the person who can't let go, i.e., so you didn't get that job, so that marriage didn't work out, so the relationship didn't work out. You're madly and passionately in love with somebody and they're not in love with you. And you do everything that you possibly can to try to make them feel the way you feel. Someone has hurt you, and people can't seem to let go. Let go of what? The unforgiveness. And before I talk about forgiveness and unforgiveness and what they are on tonight, always remember this: forgiveness frees you. Unforgiveness causes you to be bound up in your own mind, in your own soul. And every time you try to move forward in life, you can't. Why? Because you're holding on to what hurt you, who hurt you. And people who never did anything to you are the ones that end up paying the price for what someone else did. And that's not fair and that's not right. So what am I talking about tonight? Forgive and move on. Let it go. Now let's define what unforgiveness is. It's very important that we know what terms are so that we kind of get an understanding of what we're holding on to. Have you ever noticed bitter people? And some people say, oh, they're just bitter. Well, they're not just bitter. Something happened in their life. Someone happened in their life. Circumstances and situations happened in their life. And as a result, it changed them. It changed them from being who they were put on this planet to be, and they became someone else that they're not supposed to be. Too many individuals could be doing great and wonderful things right now if they would just let go of the pain. I'm not saying that it's easy. No, it's not. Forgiveness isn't as easy as people try to make it to be. Sometimes it's a process. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it takes a while. And some people can forgive instantly and move on. And depending upon what the circumstances and situations are, it can be a very, very, very long time before somebody decides to let it go. So let's define unforgiveness. By the way, just before I tell you what unforgiveness is and what it's not, if you like Tyrone Bowman Tonight, do me a favor. I strike that word favor, but hit the notification bell tonight. Subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Tonight. And also hit that notification bell so that every time I make a brand new video, or every time I go live, you'll be the first to know. So I was trying to get my good friend Dexter Moore on here tonight, who's a contemporary Christian jazz recording artist. Because I made a promo earlier and he kindly consented to be able to come on tonight. Unfortunately, haven't been able to get him, so I'll have to try a little later. But if you look in my shorts, you'll see this right here. You'll see this jacket, Dexter Moore, Keys to Life. See that? I'm trying to do like they do at the big time. Dexter Moore, Keys to Life. Check it out. So Dexter Moore is a very good friend of mine, and I'll figure out how to get him on here live. We're going to work on it. Now let's get back to what I'm talking about tonight. Letting go. When you release the pain, when you release that hurt, once you get through the initial shock and get through the hurt, the pain, when you release it and let it go, you're going to find out that your life can be much more fulfilling, much more rewarding, much more blissful. You'll get new friends. New opportunities will present themselves. A whole new atmosphere will be created. And then you're going to find out that you have a purpose for living. You'll take that pain and turn it into gain. And you'll make it work for you instead of working against you. Bitter people, hateful people, unforgiving people have all that toxicity and poison on the inside of them. And people oftentimes blame them. No, you can't blame the person that is suffering and dealing with unforgiveness, because something or someone caused it to come there. But it can be made right. Now, forgiveness is defined as this. Listen, the action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. Forgiveness is also defined as, in these terms, pardon, absolution, exoneration, remission, tolerance, pugnation, understanding, clemency, mercy, pity, leniency, reprieve, discharge, amnesty. You heard about amnesty programs, meaning a particular government will allow individuals to come from their country to this country. It's called amnesty. Amnesty, rather. So they're not going to hold anything against them. Acquittal, clearing, pardoning, vindication. So what is the true definition of forgiveness? Before I get to that, let's take it like this. Why do people not forgive? And I'm not talking about hearing a Sunday morning sermon. I'm not talking about the usual stuff that people hear concerning forgiveness. I'm talking about empowering yourself with the ability to be able to move forward. Empowering yourself with the ability to be able to live a meaningful life. You empower yourself and take power from the offender when you choose to no longer be held captivity on the inside of you because of what that person or persons inflicted to you. You're making the decision to move forward. You're making the decision not to allow bitterness, unforgiveness, and hate to live on the inside of you. Because what it does, it hurts you. It hurts me. I know what it is not to forgive. I know what it is to have unforgiveness. I've been there. I, I know what it is to hold on to stuff. I've been there. I know what it is to blame everything, everyone, and everybody for everything that has ever gone wrong. I've been there. But you know what? Now I'm on the other side of it because I had to go through a process. A lot of research, a lot of studying, a lot of spiritual reflection, a lot of praying, a lot of what I like to call introspection within myself and looking over my own life. And then I came to the conclusion, it's better to forgive than to be offended. Because this system that we live in will always cause you to be a victim. Forever a victim, never a victor. Forever to be pitied. Because those who are in the business of victimization are building their careers. Their livelihood is dependent upon it. This is how they pay their bills. This is how they move up the ladder, the judicial ladder, the corporate ladder. So forgiveness empowers you and I to be able to live. Unforgiveness will make you sick. Unforgiveness will make you unhappy. Unforgiveness will make you very sad, make you depressed, makes you lonely. Unforgiveness puts us in a place where we just withdraw to ourselves and we don't let ourselves go. Don't feel like doing the hair, you don't feel like doing your hair, don't feel like brushing your teeth, don't feel like washing your face. Just eat anything we can get our hands on, binge watching on TV night and day. Why? Because we're depressed. Well, according to Wikipedia, people also ask about this. What is the true definition of forgiveness? What is forgiveness? Psychologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness. Isn't that something? Well, according to Scripture, Jesus forgave. The Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Cristo, the Jesus Cristo, he forgave. And if he could forgive, then we can forgive. You have a whole world awaiting you. Your dreams are on hold. Your visions are on hold. Your plans are on hold. The person that you could be in love with and they'd be in love with you is on hold because you can't receive them right now. And you don't want to be bothered with them. Why? Because of unforgiveness. This is not about the offender. This is about helping you to move forward, to move on, to live, to prosper, to grow, to expand, to excel, to be able to live a meaningful, blissful, happy life. That's for you and I. And what is the biblical meaning of forgiveness? Forgiveness itself is defined as the letting go, according to this, of sin in the Bible. This includes forgiving everyone every time of everything as an act of obedience and gratefulness to God. It acknowledges the sacrifice God, Yahweh, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai, made through his son Jesus, who died to restore the relationship between God and man. Suppose Almighty Yahweh held everything against us that we ever did during our lifetime. Let me take a quick break. I'll be right back. Tyrone Bowman tonight continues live on YouTube right after this. take a quick break there. I'm back. This is Tyrone Bowman tonight, and I'm talking about forgiveness, letting go. Now, is it easy to forgive? No. Don't let anybody tell you that it's easy to forgive. No, it's not. In some instances, this takes time. Excuse me. Somebody says, I'm sorry. But what are you sorry for? Because true forgiveness is an act of contrition. And then the offender has to forgive, to allow the person who forgives them time to process it, instead of trying to make someone give false forgiveness. So there are 4 steps to forgiveness. To understand forgiveness, according to Dr. Ned Hollowell, in his book, Dare to Forgive, you must first understand what forgiveness is not. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Forgiveness is not acceptance. Forgiveness doesn't mean that we're going to be the best of friends and we're going to sit down and we're going to, that's not what forgiveness means. It means you are no longer going to allow yourself to be held captive by somebody else's pain that they caused to you. So Dr. Ned Howell says pain and hurt, relieving and reflecting, working it out. Renounce your anger and resentment. And the fruit of forgiveness is this. The fruit of abiding love is authentic forgiveness. Most people don't have it. And this is what hurts them. You know, revenge, I think I'm going to do a show about revenge one night and show you how deadly revenge can be. And I'm going to go deep into it. Because revenge is what has caused a lot of people to do so many destructive things to themselves and to others. And they may feel good at the time, but once the deed is done and the die has been cast, there is no turning back. Because one has to live with the consequences of their actions. Let it go. Let it go before it consumes you. Let it go before unforgiveness destroys you. Let it go before it robs you of so many wonderful things that you could be, do, and have. Don't let it rule you. Don't let unforgiveness rule you. Don't let bitterness rule you. Don't let heartache and pain rule you. You know, I know a lot of people, and I can tell you firsthand, I've watched how unforgiveness and bitterness has caused people to age so rapidly and quickly. And do you not know the person who you are hating goes on with their life as if nothing ever happened? And in some instances, they're even more happier because they go someplace and get themselves together. That's why. And sometimes 10, 20, 30, or 40 years later, they don't even remember the heartache and pain that they caused somebody. So I say to you tonight, my friends, fulfill your purpose. Fulfill your destiny. Fulfill everything that you were born to fulfill. Don't allow anything, anyone, or anybody to stop you from achieving. And you're going to find out that when you let go of what is hurting you, when you let go of repressed memories of destruction, when you let go of that fear of forgiveness. When you let go of everything that is negative, you're going to find out that you can move forward in this life and you can live a happy, wonderful life. This is part one. And I'm going to do a more thorough research. So basically, this is an introduction to forgiveness. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never